My name is Victoria and this is Veritas Tarot. Sagittarius, I apologize. I have not been around for a while. Those that very kindly follow me know that I had been moving house, and I've just been spending the last few months just enjoying that process and enjoying moving in and spending time here in this wonderful cottage with my family. So I just took time out for myself. I'm in my beautiful new garden room, which was built for me by a very wonderful friend, and the energy is just fantastic. It's like a kind of comfort blanket. It always feels so good, and everybody who walks in says, oh my goodness, the energy feels amazing here. So it's a perfect place for me to start these readings again for you, and I'm really excited to do this reading for you today. If it does resonate, I would be so grateful if you would like, comment, share, subscribe. If it doesn't resonate, it simply means this reading wasn't for you at this time. There is always a reading out there for you at exactly the right time, as guided by spirit. So Sagittarius, I'm doing a reading. I felt guided to do readings for everybody about pivotal moments in our lives, those pivotal moments where we can go one direction or another, and it sometimes feels like the ground's been taken out from underneath our feet. I'm using, to start off with, my Golden Art Nouveau Tarot. I just have pulled out the major arcanas, so we're just going to see which sort of space you're in right now, life-changing space you're in right now. Then I'm going to be using my Affirmators Tarot, which is a wonderful, very again, like a comfort blanket sort of tarot. It's got a gorgeous feel to it. And then I'm using my Sacred Traveler Oracle as well for you. So let's have a look, Sagittarius. Where are you right now, my darling? Thank you, Spirit, for Sagittarius, for those that most need to hear these messages. Thank you. Which card wants to come out for you? That wanted to come out for you. So you've got the Moon card has come out. Do you see here? So the Moon card, my darling, is, and I'm sure many of you know this, but for me, what I'm receiving with this is that you are at a space, you're in a place where things are you feel they're very uncertain. Things are in the dark. You're not quite sure what direction to pivot on, literally to pivot on. You're having to face your fears about quite a few things. You're having to confront things that maybe you'd put aside and hadn't been put away in a box and hadn't sort of been looking at for a while. But you're being very guided to do that. You see that you've got the moon there, and behind the moon is the sun. So what this tells me is the moon is our intuition. Okay, the moon, the goddess moon, talks about our intuition. So let me just turn my phone. There we go. So the talks about that intuition side of us, that soul side of us, that higher self side of us, that source energy piece of us that's trying at the moment to guide you, to answer the call, to step forward, to follow to listen to your feelings rather than maybe so much your thoughts at this time. Because by listening to your feelings, not listening to those thoughts that you tell yourself over and over, is how you're being guided towards. Behind the moon there is the sun, and the sun represents that great happiness. And you've got two wolves here in this card. So the wolves, for me, talk about that. I think it's a South American lovely saying. We have two wolves inside of us. We have the fear wolf and we have the love wolf. And the wolf you feed is the wolf that leads the pack. So don't feed your fears. The answer to any question you may have at this time, and this is with regards to love, the answer to any question you have at this time is, what would love do in this situation? Because that's going to pull you forward onto the path and move you forward at a natural pace for you. You've got the lobster here. So the lobster grows, the lobster's forced to, it only grows out of its shell when it becomes so uncomfortable it has to grow out of its shell. So these journeys that we go on, they're not all love and light and happiness a lot of the time. They can be very uncomfortable, they can be very painful, but it's those times that we're at our most transformative, because then we have to stand back and observe and think, why is this happening for me? Not to me. Why is this happening for me? What is this moment, this experience trying to teach me at this time? So let's have a look And now at the bottom of the deck, I've got the judgment card. So I will pick that up as well and show you. This is a wake up time for you. Okay, this is literally a wake up call. Like I said, the call has come in, it's time to answer it. This is a time for you to have a new awareness on things, to have a new perspective. And how do you do that? I go back to what I just said. Rather than reacting to things and seeing that this is happening to you, please try, and I'm only talking about this because I could done this with my own experiences, to stand back and observe almost dispassionately and to say, why, what is this trying to teach me? What is this experience trying to teach me? Why am I being triggered by this? Rather than it happening to you, it's happening for you. Everything in our life happens as a gift. It's how we choose to receive it that makes that difference. And this judgment card really is telling me that whoever this reading is resonating with is going through a pivotal moment at this time. And it could be about your career, it could be about a relationship, but it's about having that light bulb moment go off and realizing that reality. And if you're searching for those answers, keep saying thank you. Do ask, those you trust around you, those that you have a connection with, a soul connection with, they've been sent by God. But do ask the question, do say to God, do say to the universe, thank you for the answers coming in at the right time, because you will always receive those answers at exactly the right time for you. And they may come in as a light bulb moment for you, literally, or they may come in through adjacent sort of possibilities and means that you wouldn't have otherwise have realized, unless you're standing back and observing. But this really isn't inner calling. This is a second chance for you. This is finding that life path that you're meant to be on. And you've gone through some form of symbolic ending. And this is why at the moment you're having to face this unknown path, this unknown territory, and you're doing a lot of it in the dark, but you are being guided. You're being very much guided. And behind that moon is the sun. It's waiting there. A new dawn is coming up for you. So let me just leave that card there for you. Let me ask Spirit, give me a little bit more, please, on this moon card and the judgment card. Thank you. I'm seeing the star card. There we are, flew out. So, my darling, the Three of Swords and the Judgment card again. Okay, so I'm just going to focus, well, actually, I'm going to show you both of them. Okay, there's the Three of Swords, and there is the Judgment card. A very different Judgment card, this one. So what this Judgment card is telling me is you're feeling very small at the moment, very not important. You're really feeling that, what am I doing? Why am I doing this? What's happened to me? You're feeling very overlooked, and I really feel for you. But I want you to remember something. The little mouse is very resourceful. The little mouse, scurries around and collects what it needs, only what it needs. It doesn't take any more, it doesn't take any less. And the little mouse always has his ear to the ground and always knows what's going on. So you do, if you were but to listen to yourself, your higher self is looking to give you those answers. You see, because the extraordinary thing is, it's not a question almost of finding the answer, because your soul already knows the answer. Your soul already knows what matters for you. Your soul already knows exactly what it's doing and where you are in your life. And this is not a question, as I said, of finding that answer. It's a question of remembering, because our souls already know everything, but they forget the moment we're born. So this is about remembering. This is a remembrance for you. This is about remembering what your soul already knows. And look at the little mouse and looking at that same sun that was in the moon card and at the top of that mountain, and the sun, all the sun is doing is smiling down at that mouse. So if you feel very small at the moment and you feel completely overlooked and you feel that things are just very, very difficult for you, remember your soul, remember your soul's purpose, remember that your soul is a piece of divinity. And we're all connected. Everybody is connected. And divinity is love. God is love. The universe is love. That is the energy. And you are being guided. You are being looked after. And it shows that the clouds are moving away for you. You have gone through with this Three of Swords. You've gone through, I know, going through something that's been very difficult for you and heartbreaking. And I'm very sorry, my darling. And it's been, I think there's, you see the little fish here and they've almost got their eyes closed. So you've sort of been toing and froing, not going with the flow as well as you could have been doing, because you haven't wanted to see something that you may have known was happening and you haven't wanted to see it, but now you can see it. But the Three of Swords is that experience. I want you to look at what, despite the hurts, because the hurts of yesterday lead to the healing of tomorrow and lead to new awareness and understanding. If you can, if you're in that space where you can, you know, write a list of, and I was just saying this in another reading, so this is obviously important, but write a list of what you have learned, what has come in for you since this has happened, what's been given to you, what you've learned, what you've evolved, who's come into your life that has helped, just those things that have happened for you, that just to take a moment to step back in gratitude for those things, because this is your soul is trying to guide you at this time. Let's have a little bit more on this. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you for Sagittarius. What else would you like to? Thank you, Spirit. So you have got the Page of Cups has come in here. So the Page of Cups, and it's the lobster again. So what I'm saying here is, whatever has happened, there is an apology coming in one form or other for you. The Page of Cups is a message. It's a transitional time. It is going to make that person feel very uncomfortable, like the lobster again, about coming in and expressing how they feel, okay? But they are going to be doing it. So let's have a little bit more about this Page of Cups. And they're wanting to kind of almost, getting the words, wipe the slate clean, to just kind of, you've got this sort of paintbrush here, haven't you? To sort of, or paint a picture that will help you and help them. Let's have a look to see what Spirit has to say. I keep seeing the Lovers upside down, so I don't know if there were choices that you had. It's something, you know, the Lovers is very much that thing about making choices where ramifications are very long lasting. So I don't know if you have been in a situation where you had a choice in love, or there was more than one person involved, and that's why I'm seeing the Three of Swords and the Lovers, but there is an apology coming in for you, and you have now got the Strength card, the Lion, the Strength card. So this for me represents that enlightenment, that empowerment that you're going to feel within yourself, because you've been going through, you're facing your fears, and facing your fears makes you stronger, makes you braver, gives you courage, it gives you empowerment, and it's about creating those healthy boundaries for yourself. And it takes willpower, my darling, and it takes a great deal of inner strength as well, but you have it in bucket loads, literally. And it's the moment you come to understand that you heal, that you yourself are so powerful and so courageous, and actually whatever experience you've gone through has only created more inner strength within you, and you are going to have this energy to push forward, this drive to push forward. You're looking to make a change, and it will, as I said, take a lot of it's almost like having a New Year's resolution, but do it, keep moving forward, and keep knowing that you are being listened to, you are being looked after, and that little mouse is very resourceful. Thank you, Spirit. What else would you like to tell me for Sagittarius for this reading? Thank you. Let's see, the King of Wands has appeared again on the bottom of the deck for me, and the Lovers has appeared upside down. So, and the Justice card as well, and the World card. Okay, so Let me talk about, first of all, the King of Wands. So the King of Wands is somebody who knows what they want. Okay, so wands represent that passion, that desire, that creativity. This is what, for me, this is you. Okay, this is you being asked to step more into that masculine energy of yourself as well. Putting one step forward, one after the other, one after the other. Keep moving forward. And keep focusing on what you wish to happen in your life, because the universe always says yes, but it will bring it in at exactly the right time for you. Not the time that you think it's right, but exactly the right time for you. That's divine timing. And there's a lovely video I watched the other day of Anthony Hopkins talking to the class of 2020, and I'm going to try and paraphrase him now, but he says, believe, believe, believe. And if you can't quite believe, play the game of belief, because that is sheer power. So believe whatever you're wishing to manifest is coming in for you. That is sheer power. That is the King of Wands. You have got the Justice card that's come in for you, and that's the bat. Now the bat has that perception of being able to see through the dark, okay? And the Justice card as well is about finding your truth, finding that inner truth within you. And sometimes we find the truth by not having an opinion. What does that mean? It means that, when we find that, when we don't become so attached to a certain way of thinking about something, but have a much more open mind about it, we don't necessarily have too strong opinion on it, we allow the truth to come in. And it might come in through that aha moment, or that inner knowing, or somebody telling us something. But with this Justice card, it's about finding that inner calling, that inner truth. It's about finding your life path as well. And you have the World card has come in for you as well. And the World card is the last card of the major arcanas. You've got quite a lot of major arcanas here, but this World card, for me, here, she's very protected. Okay, she's got the purple there, and the purple talks about the crown chakra, so it's about that insight and that clarity, that aha moments coming in. And the World card is about, it's about synergy, it's about balance, it's about the end of one cycle before a new cycle starts to happen. And you're always given this pause time, this reflect time, and a time to share your experiences with others as well. And you're going to come to this space. You may not feel it right now, but it's coming in for you. And then you have the Lover's card has come out again, but this time it's been come out and it's this way around. So whoever's coming in for you, the choices you make, those big choices that you make, they are, they're going to be, this is the Otters. Now the Otters, and maybe this is connected with this Page of Cups and this apology, because these otters hold hands. And I don't know if you know that sea otters hold hands when they're asleep. So it's a reminder to not let go of things, that people that you hold dear, family that you hold dear. And actually, when you have disagreements and heartache and things, to not release them intentionally, if you feel that that there is something that you can do or that they can do. And maybe this is why this apology is coming in for you. But the otters also have to self-care. They have to self-love, because if they don't, they're not going to survive. So they do a lot of self-care to survive in the wild, and they do go with the flow, and they swim over boulders, and they also play all the time in the moment. They play in the moment. So this is, and 6 is about balance as well with the Lover's card. This is about balance. This is about equal give and take, giving and receiving. And whatever journey you're on right now, my darling, I really feel that this is a journey for you about maybe stepping back and observing how much you could have been giving in the past to relationships that you weren't receiving back. And maybe this moment that you've been given is for you to take back and observe about putting yourself first in a very self-is way, because sometimes when we do too much for others and not receive in return, it's a selfless way. So I hope that makes sense. That's what they've just told me to tell you. And if it's resonating for somebody, I'm going to pull the Sacred Traveler deck now, just to see some more messages from Spirit for you. Thank you. So do you know what? You've got exactly the same cards as Leo had. Isn't that interesting? You've got answering the call, the time is now. So this is just tying in with the two judgment cards. This is the pivotal moment. This is the time is now. This is a time for you to stand back and observe everything that's happening for you. What are you learning from it? What can you let go of with that learning and that understanding and that compassion for yourself and for others? So the time is now, because the stag there is something noble, there's a noble cause, there's something there for you when you step through the door. And you may be uncertain at this time, and you may not know what it is you're being called to do, but Spirit's trying to guide you. They're trying to get your attention. Signs, synchronicities, coincidences, they're not coincidences, they're God incidences. They're trying to get your attention because this is a wake-up call for you, and this journey is the most magical journey. It can be like a cyclone, but answer the call. The time is now to step forward with courage, because you are being held all the way, and you have been, because you've been facing your fears. I really feel like you're not quite sure what, but you know that something's coming in for you, and you know that there is something that something just beyond that horizon for you, and you've got this infinite abundance. Abundance is pouring into your life. Now, you may not feel that at this time, but it's coming in for you at exactly the right time. And I go back to that saying by Anthony Hopkins: believe, 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 believe. And if you can't quite believe, play the game of belief, because that is sheer power. And again, the same as Leo, embracing enthusiasm, shout to the heavens with happiness. So think about all the things that you're grateful for, the little things, the big things, things that have happened because of this has happened, and write them down. I am grateful. I am the two most powerful words you can use, because by saying I am, you're saying I'm here in the present moment. I'm not living in the past. I'm not living in the future and feeling the lack of, because I'm not in the future. I am what I am, who I am right in this moment. And my soul knows why I am in this moment. And, you know, that's another thing that I've learned on my journey, that when I go through a difficult time where I'm triggered by something, I will say, my soul has chosen this moment. Not quite sure why at this moment. I'm still being triggered. My soul has chosen this moment for a reason. And in that moment, you let go of resistance and anger, and you feel, even for a moment, a bit of peace. So say, I'm ready. Say, I'm ready to the universe for whatever it is that's coming in for you, my darling. And lastly, you've got ascending the mountain. Keep going forward. Keep going forward. One step at a time, as I said, one step at a time. Step through that door, one step at a time. Keep moving forward. And journey by moonlight, believe in magic. So that goes beautifully back to the moon card right at the beginning. Believe in the magic. Believe, believe, believe. And act as if you believe. You know, play the game of belief. Act as if it's already happened. Act as if you believe. And it has happened. You just have not seen it yet. And do listen to things you receive in dreams, and things that come in through to you in those sort of quiet moments in the middle of the night, if you wake up, or when you wake up early in the morning, when your conscious and subconscious are so close. Do listen to what comes through to you then, and believe in what you feel and resonate with. Okay, my darling. So I hope that has resonated with whoever's come to listen today. I will be doing more readings for you in August. I'm so glad to be back. In the meantime, take care and have a lovely summer. Supper. I was about to say summer. Take care, darlings. Bye-bye.